are back again. I'm here again with Will from Pre-Owned of Columbia. This time we are in a car that I've always wanted to drive because I've heard a lot of good and bad about it, and I wanted to get my own opinion. So we are in a G63 AMG. So this is the incredible G-Wagon, as they always call it. And you know, I've heard that basically the platform of this vehicle came from the 1970s, and they basically just updated it to try and keep it alive. And you know, I'm driving in it right now. It doesn't seem like it's 1970s. Of course, when you go to unlock and lock the doors and you hear that real loud click, you kind of go, okay, that seems a little old school, but there's nothing wrong with old school. But the first thing I noticed whenever I got in this is this interior. The headliner is made of some kind of suede, which it just feels super expensive. The inside of this thing is all black. It's got this, and you know, I'll show you some footage of that here in a second, but it's got this pattern to it. I don't know what you would call that.
Quilted.
Like a quilted black leather, and yeah, this thing just kind of screams, "Get out of my way! I'm a mobster." A little bit. I kind of like it for that. The interior, though, seems a little, maybe a little too serious. I guess, of course, when you're in this vehicle, kind of people think that you're not a lighthearted kind of dude if you're just rocking around one of these guys, unless you've got 24s and spinners on one, I guess. But again, I'm back here with Will Dotson from Pre-Owned of Columbia, and he is letting me drive this. We just got out of another beautiful, awesome automobile. You'll see that video as well. And we're just kind of cruising around here talking about cars, and you know, he I think might want to say a few words here.
I would love to jump in there again. Will Dotson, Pre-Owned of Columbia, 1510 I-70 Drive. We're located just down from the Mercedes store, and we're just an extension of that Mercedes store. We have the pre-owned inventory that Mercedes has. We're Drewing Automotive. Great organization to work for, great place to be, and this is what I get to do, Ryan. I drive around, I drink bottles of Coke, and I talk about fine automobiles.
Okay, but do you have Diet Coke?
I do have Diet Coke.
Okay,
yes.
Diet Coke.
I can suit everybody. I even have water. You know, it's a great place to come in. I always tell everybody in my personal videos, come in, have a Coke, let's talk cars, and that's what it's about for me. It's about talking about them. It's about enjoying them, and especially riding around with Ryan, I get to watch him light up when he gets into these awesome cars. So that's just made my day. So I'm having a really good time.
And I don't want to take these corners too fast because I don't know how this thing quite handles, but I can tell you it seems like it would be very top heavy, but
it does.
But it's probably pretty planted to the ground. I mean, if I know Mercedes and their AMG division, they're not going to make people flip over and get lawsuits about it. So
that's right.
there's some police back there. We're just going to let them cross on by before we do anything nutty with this thing. We'll maybe open it up just a little bit here. Oh my God!
Oh, it's a machine, right?
Oh my God!
It doesn't feel
wow! Woo! Okay. Oh wow. That's yeah. Stop feeling like an SUV there for a second.
That's what
I started feeling a little bit more like a race car.
AMG, one man, one engine.
Yeah, that's true. They have to sign off on the engine when they're done.
It's cool when you pop the hood. It's got that signature right there for you. You know, somebody built this thing.
Right.
And the plant is really cool. We get to look at, we get to hear about. You know, it literally is one guy from start to finish building this engine for you. The amount of love and care he puts into it makes a difference. And well, maybe I'll get an underhood shot of the signature on that, so that we can put that into the video here in a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm driving this thing, and you know, I'm kind of a Toyota guy. I've had quite a few off-road Toyota vehicles. You saw my 4Runner earlier. That's been featured in some of my videos and stuff. But yeah, no, I think my favorite was an 80 series Toyota Land Cruiser. Cool.
And this drives kind of a lot like that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a big body on frame floating you down the road. Yep. They don't build cars like this anymore. Ooh, sweet old Mustang. Hopefully I got some footage of that there on the other camera. But, wow, that was cool. Anyway, I call that car distractions whenever I get distracted by cars. So, which happens quite a bit in my videos. Anyway, so yeah, so they don't build a lot of cars that are really like this anymore, and I kind of appreciate that. These things are apparently, if you take this thing off-road, it's got all the gadgets. It's got the low range, it's got the lockers, front, center, rear. I've got all 3 switches right here, which are pretty cool. You don't see that anymore. They actually stopped, building Hummers a little while back, so you can't really get a vehicle that has that kind of off-road ability outside of maybe a Jeep Wrangler, but Jeep Wrangler,
I wonder how often these make it off the road.
I doubt they make it unless you consider the puddle right before you go into the mall parking lot.
I just don't,
They may consider that off-road. Sometimes you see maybe somebody put a wheel up on a curb.
That's it.
And that's pretty far off-road, which is good. But if you were to take this vehicle off-road,
just a beast.
It would be an absolute absolute beast. And what's weird is I'm noticing through the windshield here, I'm taking this corner a little fast, but I'm noticing through the windshield here, it looks like it has a heater built into the whole windshield. So you kind of see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of weird. It's almost like little teeny tiny wires going through the whole windshield. I bet you that probably just in an instant takes the ice off.
That's exactly right. You can start this thing from a distance, and when you get in, it's going to be ready to rock and roll. You don't have to worry about the heater kicking up and anything. It's built right in the window, like you said, but you can see it. It's not quite a distraction, but it's there.
Man, that is amazing.
Cool stuff.
Oh man. Okay. That's it. This corner is a lot better than I expected it to. It feels a little tippy when it's doing it, but you can really feel the tires kind of plant in and grab the ground.
Pulls you right through.
And I know that we were just at another really, really nice high-end car, and we were talking about the interior in it.
Yeah.
And this is totally different because this feels like you're in some sort of old military machine, which apparently is what this was originally designed for.
Right. Serious is the best word for it. Yeah. It's
very serious. like I almost wonder if they used something like this in 50 Shades of Grey with all of this black leather.
It's getting real.
We've got some carbon fiber up here on the dash. It looks just mean. Like, I don't want to mess with this car at all. And if a guy with a Russian accent ever got me into the passenger seat of this, I would know that I was going to be floating at the bottom of the river.
To enjoy the last ride.
Well, hey, it's a nice one though.
That's it. That's it.
At the very least, you get to enjoy this nice interior while you're on your way to your demise. But no, seriously, it's kind of a weird combination of stuff. Like, I'm looking at this instrument cluster, very modern design. We got the AMG badge on there. We've got this nice leather cover for the instrument binnacle. This looks almost like it was tacked on in the aftermarket.
Aftermarket, it is. It looks added on
or something. Yeah.
It does.
But
it is not, however.
Yeah, no. But I mean, it does still kind of flow with the design. Actually, a lot of cars are going to that like floating center like stack for the navigation screen, which I mean, it is what it is. It's a design element that a lot of cars are going towards. But
it's nice. It's there. There's not a lot of dash.
Yeah, there's not very much dash because this windshield, I got to be honest, I had to totally readjust my GoPro and my GoPro angle because this windshield is almost straight flat up and down. So, which I've had I had a Toyota FJ Cruiser that was similar, but even it had more rake back to it. So, I wonder what kind of fuel mileage this gets, but I doubt that anybody who ever owns one of these ever pays any attention to what the kind of, I imagine it probably just has a really big tank.
Yes.
That way it can get some good range to it. But I imagine that somebody that buys this car isn't really concerned about fuel economy. And if they are, then they probably also have a Tesla Model S.
It's to supplement.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of offset that. So yeah, my wife has a little electric Fiat that offsets, my loud, obnoxious cars.
The Fiat sounds pretty interesting too.
Oh, it's a cool little car. I still haven't done a drive on that because she never lets me drive it.
The visibility out of this car is incredible.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was sitting here thinking about it, and I can see so well.
No, I totally agree. These A-pillars are like so much thinner than most modern cars. It's like you get 2 inches of A-pillar and then you got flat glass on both sides.
Right, it's a machine.
And actually so many large, flat open Yeah, you know what? We were talking earlier. I did not see a review camera pop up on this. Of course, I turned the nav screen off, so it might have one. But I don't even know that you would necessarily need one. You can see out of this thing so well. Even the back glass.
Huge. Which
is weird because it's got that big full-size spare mounted on the back, and yet you can still easily see out of the back window like it's nothing at all. So we're going to turn around up here. Probably not this driveway, maybe the next. If there is another driveway in the next mile or 3, there's something that looks kind of like a driveway. Hey, this is an off-road vehicle. We can get it done.
This is as close as it'll get.
This is as close as off-road. Oh, we're on gravel.
We're off-road.
Oh no. Oh no.
Feels good off-road.
It feels great. Let's get back on the road though.
Let's do that.
Immediately, because we don't want to do that.
Oh no.
All right, let's see how this thing does from kind of a standstill, and we're out in the middle of nowhere, so let's get it. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh man. I gotta be honest, this thing shifts so quickly. Woo. Boy, though, you get up to those higher speeds and you do feel that wind blowing around
that
you a little bit.
SUV that's behind you. Yeah.
Definitely, you feel that.
On the way though. It's
on the way, it feels like a sports car. But boy, when you get up to speed, woo, you get that 80-mile-an-hour wind gust, you might be in the next lane.
That's right.
But that's okay, because nobody's going to be anywhere near around you in this thing with the respect to the vehicle commands. We're going to not try and flip off into a ravine here today. Although, I do have good coverage.
Okay,
my insurance
very good. I got his
great.
Policy number right off the bat.
We've got it, yeah. I gave them that. I knew they'd be asking for it.
Yeah, that was funny. Ryan's email came with an insurance policy.
I knew the first thing that it would be, oh, we're going to put you in a $90,000 vehicle, $100,000 vehicle. Well, let's check to see if he's got the insurance to cover that. Yes, I do, is the answer. And in the future, I'll probably have to up my policy or get some kind of a business policy.
Yeah.
If this goes the way I think it's going to go, then I'll probably be doing even more stuff.
A little bit more of this, yeah.
So anyway, I asked you in the last video, what was your first car? We're kind of talking cars here. So what is a memory that you kind of can go back to that you remember about cars that sort of always stuck with you and you'll never forget?
Oh, I've got a really good one, but it's not. I'll just tell you.
Just tell me.
My dad and I wanted to build a car. We've always wanted to build a car. And we thought, man, we got to do this. We narrowed it down. My father and I decided on the same car. It's what we wanted. We were going to get an old 69 Firebird, 400 high output.
Yes.
We found one. It was up north in New England. We called, we bought it, we ordered it, we paid somebody to transport it. On the way back, the transporter was getting gas. Somebody asked him about the car on the trailer. He calls me and my old man and says, hey, I got a guy here that wants to buy your car. And I said, you know, I am a salesman. I said, how much?
No.
We sold the car before we even touched it, saw it. Yep. So that's my car memory. And you know, we never did build a car, my father and I, but we've always loved them. We're a little bit more on the luxury side of things than the performance and the power. So this is definitely a really nice a nice thing for me to do is ride around with Ryan because he loves performance. And I've had a really good time experiencing what some of these cars can do. But yeah, the best memory for me is my dad and I having really good intentions. We were going to have a 69 Firebird, and we sold it on the way home.
Hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
That's it. That's it. Everything's for sale for the right price.
Everything is for sale for the right price.
Of course, if it would have made it home, I think maybe we would have hung on to it. What a cool car that would have been.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And those are the kind of vehicles that appreciate and value too.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of vehicles that you'll buy, you'll lose money on, you'll sell, and you know, we were talking about you know, buying vehicles because vehicles are a depreciating asset.
That's it.
Earlier actually, and we were talking about how my wife, you know, her brother who's a farmer out in Illinois, he buys vehicles cash, and which is cool. I mean, it's great that he can go in and, you know, write that $30,000-$40,000 check.
Yes.
But you know, if you can use that $30,000 or $40,000 and invest it somewhere where you're going to get more return, then you're going to get a whole lot more return than the 2 or 3% interest that you're going to be paying.
That's exactly,
you know, on a
right.
car note.
Yeah.
So
great way to look at that too. And I thanked Ryan when he mentioned that because the financing is is a really good way to go right now, and banks are very competitive. So if you can keep that money working for you a little bit,
exactly,
finance your car with a dealership. To be honest with you, that kind of goes along with the whole experience you're going to have that day in the dealership, negotiating your price, negotiating your interest rate, getting things just exactly how you want them, so you can leave and feel like you really did the whole thing. And it's a good feeling. If you've never done it, go. And I just want to put in this one real quick, Ryan. Reach out there. Will Dotson's my name.
Yep.
But research your salesman just a little bit, so you don't go out and have a horror story. Go out there and make an appointment, streamline your time, and really enjoy your time there behind the wheel.
It's funny. Will and my wife were having a conversation earlier that I was kind of listening to about car buying experiences, and I've bought, traded, sold more cars than we got a fire over there. I've bought, traded, and sold more cars than I can probably remember. I think I'm 37 years old. I've had probably almost a car for every year that I've been alive.
That's awesome.
And I don't know if that's something to be proud of or something to kind of just take a step back and look at my life and go, oh. But anyway, cars are kind of they've always been my passion.
Absolutely.
So I spend money on what I'm passionate about. Mm-hmm. But what my point was, we've bought tons of cars and we've had tons of experiences at dealerships. Even just me and my wife for the last few years that we've been together. We've had good and bad experiences as far as car salesmen go, and we had a really, really kind of a poor experience when we bought her 370Z. We bought it. I won't mention the name of the dealership because I'm not gonna try and down another dealership while while I've got another guy in the passenger seat.
Well, he's got the best here in the passenger. That's no.
Exactly, but my point is that he's right. If you want a car, you want to research the car salesman as well as the car. You spend so much time, researching fuel mileage, and I mean, not for me, but
right.
But right. You spend so much time researching the car, and then you just don't spend it. You just go, okay, well, I'm going to go find this car, and I'm going to, go find a dealer. And what you were saying in the last video, talking about how you can get anything from a farm truck to a Ferrari.
That's it.
If you don't have it, you can get it.
Yes.
So if I want a 370Z,
come find
I don't have to go to some place in Kansas City that's going to offer piss poor service and deal with the hassle that comes along with driving 2.5 hours to go buy a car, when I could just go up the street and talk to this guy.
Talk to Will and we'll get it for you, and we'll get it in here for you so you can look at it and touch it and love it and drive it around at home where you're going to be using the car. No pressure.
Precisely.
That's the nice part of it. That's the beautiful part of Druring Automotive, is no pressure. It's a nice, calm, relaxed place to buy.
Also, and back to the car, this thing's brakes are incredible.
They gotta be.
I saw that stoplight and I was like, oh God, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And while we were talking there, it just gently, easily, just whoosh, like it was
now it's off.
Not even trying. Yeah,
it's great. It's got the Eco start stop.
Okay.
Yep, there it goes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, Eco start stop in
on a G60.
I mean, I know that we've got emissions guidelines and we've got EPA stuff that we have to really abide by, but really, Mercedes,
idling has been deemed a waste.
Yeah, you've got a 6.2 liter, 6.1 liter, whatever, supercharged V8 engine, or no, I'm sorry, twin turbocharged.
That's it.
V8 engine, and we've got the start-stop on there, but that's okay.
It's incredible how they make it start-stop, though. The technology is pretty wild.
No, I totally agree. Yeah.
If you're not used to it, it'll really, especially with the exhaust back there.
It's we're gonna get some exhaust clips in this video for you too.
But
no, I just noticed since we were talking about Eco, I don't have the camera on it right now, but I've got a gas light on, so we're gonna get back to the dealership here. Yeah. That seems like a good place to end the video to me.
Think so.
We're gonna get back to the dealership. Me and Will have got a couple more cars to drive. We've got a couple more reviews coming your way, and we're gonna see you next time.